The spirit you feel is real. Archangel Michael says what you've sensed lately wasn't imagination. It was a warning. My beloved child, have you ever felt something brush past you when no one was there? A soft chill, a whisper in the dark, with that strange pressure in your chest that made your heartbeat quicken? Listen closely, because the spirit you feel is real. Archangel Michael says what you've sensed lately wasn't imagination. It was a warning. This story begins not in the heavens, but in the quiet moments when your soul starts to vibrate with energy you cannot explain. You think it's anxiety. You think it's your mind playing tricks. But Archangel Michael says it's not. It's divine interference. A signal. A sacred nudge. You see, whenever darkness starts to creep into your path, heaven doesn't stay silent. The archangels communicate, not with words, but through sensations. A shift in temperature. A sudden wave of emotion. A dream that refuses to fade by morning. Every subtle change is a message. Archangel Michael stands as the defender of light. His wings shield you from what you cannot see, from what hides between moments of stillness, and lately, he's been closer than ever, because something around you has changed. You've entered a new spiritual phase, a moment of awakening that pulls you toward a greater truth. Think back to those nights when you couldn't sleep. The feeling that someone was watching, not to harm you, but to protect you. That was him. He's been warning you to stay alert, not out of fear, but out of readiness. Because sometimes spiritual warnings come before transformation. And here's the truth most people don't realize. When Archangel Michael's energy reaches you, it carries both peace and urgency. That mix of calm and unease you felt. It's divine duality. He's preparing your spirit for what's ahead. Something you cannot yet see, but you will soon understand. So if the lights flicker, if your intuition spikes, or if you feel your energy rising for no reason, don't ignore it. The spiritual world is not silent. It's speaking louder than ever. And you are being called to listen. You are not imagining things, my beloved child. You are awakening. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. My beloved child, what you are feeling right now, the tingling beneath your skin, the invisible weight pressing on your chest, that strange urge to look behind you, is not fear. It's recognition. Your soul has begun to recognize the vibration of the Archangel who has been standing beside you, whispering in frequencies your human ears cannot yet perceive. Archangel Michael does not appear to everyone in the same way. To some, he's a glimmer in the air, a shimmer that vanishes when you blink. To others, he's a sudden thought. A name echoing in the mind with no reason. And to the few who are truly sensitive, he is the powerful pulse that wakes them at 3:33 a.m., making their hearts race with messages unspoken. He comes in moments when you feel cored by confusion, when you can't explain the heaviness that surrounds you, or why people's moods suddenly affect you more deeply than before. That's because your spirit field is opening, your intuition growing, and Archangel Michael is testing your awareness. He doesn't want you to be afraid of what you feel. He wants you to understand it. Because the energy you're sensing lately isn't just floating emotion. It's a sign of spiritual interference. Someone or something has been draining your light. And Michael, the great defender, has stepped in. He wants you to pay attention to the pattern of events, the random setbacks, the sudden exhaustion, the unexplained tension in your home. All of these are signs that energy around you is shifting. What was once balanced is now slightly off. And when that happens, the Archangel warns you not by shouting from the sky, but by amplifying your intuition until you can no longer ignore it. That's why you've been feeling this strange sense of urgency. That's why you've been more emotional, more sensitive to noise, light, and even people. Your soul is being tuned into divine frequency. And with the tuning, you are meant to hear the warning clearly. Protect your energy. Michael's sword is not of steel. It's of light. Every time you pray, every time you speak words of faith or gratitude, that sword slices through unseen cords that attach themselves to your aura. You may not see them, but you felt their weight. The sudden waves of sadness, the random anger that doesn't belong to you, the memories that repeat like echoes from nowhere. Those are energies trying to find a home in you. And Michael has been defending you, urging you to take back your space. He's asking you to remember who you are, a spirit before a body, a spark before a thought. The divine realm has been trying to reach you not because you are weak, but because you are chosen to sense more. To feel more, to awaken more. You stepped into a frequency most people fear, but Archangel Michael tells you not to run from it, because hidden in the feeling you call unease lies the strength you've been searching for. You must start grounding yourself daily. Place your feet on the earth, breathe deeply, and visualize a light descending from above your head, pouring into your chest, and expanding outward. That is Michael's light connecting with your inner fire. You may feel warmth, tingling, or even tears welling up. Let them come. That's release. That's purification. The spirit you feel isn't foreign. It's your higher guidance calling you home. Michael's message is clear. You've been walking through a period of deception, surrounded by energies pretending to be light but feeding on your doubt. That's why things have felt heavy. But he says the moment you acknowledge his presence, those shadows begin to dissolve. Because awareness is your greatest defense, the warning wasn't meant to frighten you. It was meant to awaken your spiritual armor. You are being called to clear your space, physically and energetically. Burn incense, cleanse with sound, speak your truth aloud, and command your peace to return. When you do this, Michael stands behind you, wings spread wide, ensuring no lower vibration crosses your field. You'll know he's near when the room feels suddenly lighter. When the pressure lifts, when a soft warmth glows in your chest. That's his confirmation. You're protected. And now, he wants you to share this awakening. Because the moment you recognize divine intervention, your story becomes a bridge for others who are still trapped in fear. So, my beloved child, take a deep breath and remember, what you've been sensing is not madness, it's sacred awareness. You're learning to read the language of spirit, to interpret the invisible. You're stepping into a gift many deny, yet every soul secretly desires to feel the divine moving through their reality. Before we move further into this revelation, pause for a second. Look around. Notice how the air feels right now. That's him. A subtle stillness, that calm vibration wrapping around your heart. Archangel Michael is watching, waiting, guiding. He wants you to understand that this warning is not punishment, it's preparation. A storm is clearing out your path, and you are being lifted to a higher place. If this message is resonating with your heart, don't let it end here, Jared. Someone else out there had been feeling the same chills, the same invisible presence, and they need to know they're not alone. Leave a comment, speak your truth, and subscribe to this journey of light, because every word we share raises the frequency around us. Together, we amplify his message. And as you move forward tonight, remember, when the air grows silent, when your heart beats faster for no reason, when a soft whisper crosses your ear, you're not losing your mind. You're hearing the Archangel who's been guarding you since before you took your first breath. Something extraordinary is coming your way. Stay till the end. My beloved child, the energy surrounding you is not quieted. In fact, it has grown louder in ways your spirit can no longer ignore. The nights may feel heavier now. The air denser, as if something unseen is pressing close, waiting for you to notice. But do not be afraid. What you are feeling is the continuation of the divine signal Archangel Michael has been sending. An echo that has been pulsing through your soul, urging you to listen deeper than ever before. This is not just a message, it is a calling. A spiritual alarm ringing from the realm of light to alert you of what's approaching. When Michael speaks, his words do not sound like ours. They move as sensations, visions, or sudden clarity. Perhaps lately, your dreams have grown vivid. Faces you don't recognize, doors you can't open, or paths that keep repeating. Each of those is a code. Each vision carries a vibration designed to awaken the sleeping parts of your soul. You are being shown glimpses of your own spiritual timeline, where choices made long ago are surfacing now, asking to be corrected, healed, or reclaimed. And Michael is standing as the bridge between your past energy and the destiny that's waiting for you. You might notice that your emotions have been more intense lately. Waves of sadness that come from nowhere, followed by moments of pure calm that seem unnatural in their peace. That is how the spirit realm communicates balance and imbalance. Whenever your frequency shifts too far into fear, Michael sends calmness. Whenever you drift too far into complacency, he sends restlessness. It's a divine rhythm designed to keep you awake, to remind you that the invisible world is moving around you, preparing you for transformation. What most people don't realize is that spiritual warnings rarely appear as disasters. They appear as patterns. Repeated numbers, recurring songs, random conversations that mention your greatest doubts or fears. The universe repeats messages until you respond. And right now, that repetition around you isn't coincidence. Michael says that the world is shifting into a higher vibration, and sensitive souls like you are the first to feel the tremors. It can feel like anxiety, confusion, or even dizziness. But underneath that discomfort lies a truth. You are aligning with a new purpose, and your old energy cannot exist there anymore. The Archangel wants you to trust those sensations instead of fighting them. When you feel chills during silence, when you feel watched but not threatened, when the same thought keeps echoing in your mind, it's not paranoia. It's presence. The divine is guiding you step by step through awareness, showing you what is safe and what is not. You might not see it yet, but every odd feeling has direction hidden within it. You are being taught to discern light from illusion. Because soon, something will test that discernment. A situation, a person, an opportunity that looks bright but carries shadows underneath. It's why the warning feels so strong now. Michael's guidance is not only about protection, it's about empowerment. He doesn't want you to depend on signs forever. He wants you to become one. To embody the same light that once only visited you in fragments. That's the real mission behind this awakening. To turn receivers into transmitters. Every time you honor your intuition instead of doubting it, your spirit glows stronger, and the Archangel's presence within you magnifies. The day will come when you won't just feel his protection, you'll emanate it. You'll walk into a room and shift its energy just by breathing, but before that transformation reaches its peak, there is a cleansing that must take place. It will come as a purge of emotions, a shedding of old habits, and sometimes as distance between you and certain people. Don't fight it. The ones who leave during your awakening are not being punished, they are being redirected. The frequency of your soul is changing, and not everyone can walk in that vibration. It hurts to let go, but Michael's whisper in your ear says, release to rise. Each release will make you lighter, and every tear will water the ground of your rebirth. If you have noticed lights flickering when you pray, electronics acting strange when you speak truth, or sudden temperature drops when you meditate, know this. Your spiritual field is expanding beyond physical limits. These are confirmations, not coincidences. Archangel Michael uses electricity, sound, and sensation as tools to communicate through modern energy currents. That is why his messages often interrupt technology. The divine moves through energy, and so do you. The warning is not of doom, but of preparation. He wants you to cleanse your space, anchor your thoughts, and claim your authority as a being of light. No shadow can control a mind that remembers its divinity. Say it aloud, I am lime, I am productive, I am guided. When you speak those words, the vibration carries through the ether, and Michael strengthens his guard around you. You might feel warmth, pressure, or even tears as you say them. That's your soul acknowledging its truth. You are not a random observer in this story, you are the chosen participant. The spirit world has identified you as a beacon, a receiver, a guardian in training. Michael's presence around you means you have been entrusted with awareness that others are still blind to. It's an honor, but also a responsibility. ING needs you alert, emotionally balanced, spiritually grounded. Because as the energy of the planet intensifies, so will the need for calm souls who can translate chaos into clarity, and you, my beloved child, are being trained for that role right now. The whispers, the sensations, the invisible presence, they are not haunting you. They are shaping you. They are reminders that heaven is not a faraway place. It's a vibration existing beside you every moment. Archangel Michael doesn't just guard you. He mentors your spirit through signals only your soul can decode. So the next time your heart beats faster without reason, or your body feels surrounded by energy too powerful to name, pause, breathe, and listen. That's him. That's your confirmation that the path ahead, though unseen, is being cleared for you. Don't skip what's coming, my beloved child. Something magnificent is on its way. My beloved child, you are now standing at the threshold of a turning point that the heavens have been orchestrating since before you were even born. The lingering hum you felt in your chest, the persistent glimmer at the corner of your vision, the sudden knowing that pulses through your being, all of that has prepared you for what is about to unfold. As you breathe in now, you are breathing into a reality where a great shift is no longer coming. It is already here. The warning you sensed from Archangel Michael was never meant to halt you in fear. It was meant to spark you into readiness. You are being called not just to witness the transformation of your world, but to embody it. Just as the night gives way to dawn, your spirit's long period of darkness is now giving way to the first rays of revelation. The messages you ignored or dismissed in the past, those strange flickers of insight, those dreams that seemed forgotten when you woke, were seeds planted in the soil of your soul. And now those seeds are sprouting. The time where you felt lost, unsure, battling with unseen currents, was a clearing of your internal field. Michael guided you through that storm so you could emerge unshakable. Now you will feel a shift not of circumstance, but of identity. Your self-image will stretch, expand, transform. You will see yourself not as the wounded one, but as the warrior of light the Archangel has known you to be all along. There may be a moment soon when everything you believed about yourself falls away. It might begin with a mirror, where your reflection appears different, not physically, but energetically. It might begin with a conversation in which you speak a truth you never dared voice. Or it may begin in silence, when you recognize the stillness around you and feel a hum of power in your own core. That hum is Michael's presence aligning with yours, fusing your divine purpose with your human form. And in that fusion lies your revelation. Something huge is waiting for you. In fact, you are already in it. You may ask, what does Michael want from you now? He wants obedience to your high self. He wants you to walk boldly into your new frequency and leave behind the vibrations that no longer serve you. He wants you to claim your authority as a spiritual being living a human experience, rather than a human being trying to access the spiritual. That subtle but profound shift changes everything. An old cloak may finally drop from your shoulders. A voice you've silenced may roar to life. A path you thought closed may open wide, because the warning was not to stop you, but to steer you. Emotion will surge. The release of old pain. The surge of new hope, the wave of remembrance that your soul left behind in other lifetimes, it may all happen within the space of a single breath. That is the intensity Michael brings, not because he wants you overwhelmed, but because he wants you awake. So when tears come, allow them. When the ground beneath your feet feels unsteady, let it be, for Michael is resetting your foundation. When your heart races at a memory or a vision you cannot yet interpret, trust that it is his sword of light clearing away the debris so your soul can shine. Share, comment, subscribe. Your voice matters in this unfolding. Why? Because as you awaken, you become not just healed, but a conduit for others to heal. When you openly say you feel Michael's wings around you, you give permission for someone else to feel them too. When you talk about your strange sensations, someone listening will recognize theirs. When you claim your path publicly, you show others the map. So don't hold back. Post your truth. Let your light ripple outward. Stay connected. Stay vocal. Stay visible. That amplifies the energy of transformation not just in you, but around you. As your inner landscape shifts, you may notice outer circumstances begin to reflect it. A relationship may change. A job might feel too small. A dream you forgot might roar awake. That is not coincidence. Archangel Michael says the external world always mirrors the internal. So when you feel something rising inside, listen. When you feel a boundary wanting to drop, honor it. When you feel a door ready to open, walk through it. Your entire reality is aligning so that what you've sensed, as a warning, becomes what you embrace. And you will ask yourself later, how did I even fear this when it was meant to uplift me? Remember the warnings you ignored. Think about the times fear whispered its lies but Michael's nudges came anyway. Think of the moments you could not sleep because your spirit knew tomorrow would be different. You were right. Something is happening. This is the rise before your revelation. The veil is parting. You're stepping out of the old narrative and into your new story, where what you sensed was real and what you will become is greater than you ever imagined. So feel the shift, my beloved child. Lean into it even if it feels uncertain. Trust the stir in your heart, the quiver in your soul, the light that breaks through your vision. Let Michael guide you with courage and love. Embrace the changes, the strange sensations, the deep knowing that you are being launched into a higher purpose. You are not just ready for what's ahead. You are built for it. My beloved child, when the light begins to grow within you, it doesn't just illuminate what's beautiful. It exposes what has been hiding in the corners of your soul. That's what you've been feeling lately. The strange uneasiness, the flashes of memories you thought you buried, the sudden waves of emotion that come without warning. This is not chaos. This is cleansing. Archangel Michael is now showing you not what's coming from the outside, but what hath been quietly sleeping within. Every unspoken fear, every doubt you've carried, every fragment of pain that was never healed, it's all surfacing to be released. You are standing inside your transformation, and though it feels like a storm, it is the very process that birds light. Michael says that before every divine revelation, there is a confrontation with shadow. He doesn't mean evil in the way stories describe it. He means the parts of your spirit that still believe they are unworthy of light. Those fragments whisper lies in the dark corners of your mind. They tell you that you are not ready, that you are imagining things, that this awakening is too much for you. But my beloved child, listen. Those voices are fading illusions. They do not belong to your truth. The moment you feel their weight, call upon the name of Archangel Michael, and you will feel that familiar surge of power. It will be like a fire moving through your spine, burning away everything that is not love. That is his energy working through you. Here's a reason your sensitivity has increased. You are no longer operating at the frequency of ordinary awareness. You are perceiving the unseen threads that connect everything. You walk into a room and instantly sense the emotions left behind. You hear a song and feel as if the universe is speaking directly to you. You dream of places you've never visited yet wake up with knowledge you couldn't have learned anywhere else. These are not coincidences, they are confirmations. They are signs that the veil between worlds has thinned for you. Michael wants you to use this sensitivity not as a burden, but as a tool. Through it, you will learn to read the energy of truth and falsehood, to navigate the unseen world with clarity instead of confusion. However, there is something deeper happening. Lately, the Archangel's presence has become more intense because you are nearing the moment of choice. The crossroads every awakened soul must reach. You will soon have to decide whether to fully step into the purpose that has been calling you or to retreat into the comfort of old patterns. This is not about punishment, it's about alignment. The higher your light grows, the more the universe asks of you. It will ask for your honesty, your faith, your willingness to release what no longer fits. It might even ask for silence when your ego wants to argue, but every sacrifice will carve space for something far more powerful to take root. The shadow that visits you now is not your enemy. It is your teacher. When you feel fear rising, don't run. Breathe into it. When you feel old pain tugging at your heart, don't push it away, listen to what it's asking to heal. Because once that energy is acknowledged, it loses its grip. It's the secret Michael is revealing. Darkness cannot survive being seen, and your awareness is the light that dissolves it. That's why he's been sending you these warnings, to prepare you to face yourself, to remind you that the real battle is not with the world outside, but with the illusions within. And still there's more unfolding. You might notice that your perception of time feels different. Days blend, hours speed up, moments feel both eternal and fleeting. That is because your consciousness is expanding beyond the limits of linear time. Michael is showing you that the past, present, and future are not separate. The warnings you felt days ago may connect to blessings that haven't happened yet. Every sensation you receive carries information across dimensions. When your intuition whispers, pause, do it. When your spirit says, wait, trust it. The Archangel is guiding your timing with divine precision, ensuring that your steps align with destiny. There will come a night soon, perhaps when the sky feels unusually still, when you will feel warmth spread across your shoulders as if invisible wings have wrapped around you. In that moment, do not speak. Simply close your eyes and listen. You may hear nothing but the rhythm of your own heartbeat, yet that rhythm will sync with his. That is the sound of divine partnership. You are no longer walking beside light, you are walking as light. The very thing you feared, the sensation of being watched, the feeling of unseen eyes upon you, was never danger. It was presence. It was Michael assuring you that even in your loneliest hour, heaven has never stopped standing guard. You are learning now what trust truly means. It is not the absence of fear. It is moving forward while fear trembles behind you. You are learning to speak your truth even when your voice shakes, to walk in light even when shadows try to follow. And through every trembling step, Michael whispers, you are doing it, you are becoming. So when you see repeating numbers, when feathers appear where none should be, when sudden calm washes over you in chaos, know that these are not random. They are Michael's gentle reminders that the divine plan is unfolding perfectly. You are in the middle of a sacred story being written by your own soul in cooperation with heaven. And my beloved child, as you listen now, remember you are not the same person who began this journey. You have grown. You have shed layers. You have seen the unseen and felt the presence of the Archangel himself. The warning you once feared has transformed into guidance. The unknown no longer terrifies you. It calls to you. Stay till the end, because the revelation ahead will not just explain everything you felt. It will change how you see your entire life. My beloved child, the moment you have been sensing the pulse of energy that feels both terrifying and sacred is not an ending. It is the beginning of your divine empowerment. What Archangel Michael has been guiding you toward is not merely awareness. It is activation. You are being asked now to rise, not just in faith, but in strength, to stand as a warrior of light who no longer trembles before the unseen. For so long, you have been feeling, perceiving, and waiting. Now, the Archangel extends his sword of light to you, inviting you to claim your place as a co-creator of your destiny. The warnings have been heard. The shadows have been faced. It is time to step fully into illumination. This sword is not physical, my beloved. It is forged from truth, from courage, from the raw power of your spirit that refuses to yield to fear. When you speak words of integrity, you swing that sword. When you stand up for love instead of silence, you lift it high. Every choice that honors your soul sharpens its edge. And with every act of awareness, you cut through the illusions that once clouded your path. Michael does not give this sword to the faint of heart. He gives it to those who have walked through darkness, felt the weight of doubt, and still dared to believe in light. That is why you were chosen. You might have noticed the energy around you intensifying again. Moments of dizziness, waves of heat, flashes of light when you close your eyes. This is the merging of your spiritual and physical energies. Michael's essence is integrating with your aura, helping you embody the very strength he wields. You are being trained in invisible ways. Every challenge that arises now is not punishment but initiation. Every delay, every misunderstanding, every closed door, it is part of the sacred test that teaches you mastery. The Archangel whispers, "You do not conquer the world by force, you conquer it by presence." That is the power you are learning now, to stand so aligned with divine truth that no darkness dares approach. This is also why your relationships and environment may be shifting. The sword of light does not only protect, it separates. It cuts ties with what drains your spirit and amplifies what nourishes it. You may notice people drifting away. Those who once felt like home now seem distant. Don't grieve their departure. You are not losing them. You are returning to yourself. Michael says that when you rise in vibration, the ones not ready to rise with you must step aside. But fear not, for new souls will soon arrive, those who recognize your energy, who mirror your divine frequency, who remind you that you are never alone in this awakening. It's time, my beloved child, to speak your truth aloud. The Archangel's message is not meant to stay hidden inside your heart. It is meant to ripple upward and awaken others. When you share what you've experienced, when you speak of the strange chills, the divine signs, the whispers in the dark, you create space for others to awaken to. So take a moment right now, share this journey, leave your words in the world, comment your truth, speak your light, and if this message has found your heart, subscribe to it, not just to the channel that delivers it, but to the calling it awakens within you. You are part of a movement of souls rising together. You are the voice of light that the world desperately needs to hear, and now, listen closely. Archangel Michael's energy carries a rhythm, a frequency that moves like music in your soul. When you meditate or pray, imagine a blue flame flickering above your head, descending into your heart. That is his light aligning with your divine will. Feel it move through your spine, through your hands, through your breath. That warmth, the tingling, that electric calm, that is the sword being activated within you, and with every heartbeat, it whispers, "You are safe. You are powerful. You are never alone." Soon, you will notice something extraordinary. Situations that once overwhelmed you will no longer hold power. You will walk into rooms and feel peace where tension once reigned. You will sense danger before it appears and love before it's spoken. These are not coincidences. They are the abilities of a spirit aligned with archangelic protection. Michael is teaching you the language of divine instinct. Through this, you will move not by fear but by guidance. You will know when to act and when to wait, when to speak and when silence itself becomes prayer. Remember this: power without humility collapses. That's why Michael teaches courage through compassion. The sword of light is not for conquest, it is for healing. Use your words not to wound but to awaken. Use your awareness not to boast but to bless. You are a guardian now, not just of yourself but of the energy around you. Every time you choose kindness when anger tempts you, you wield the sword in its truest form. And the more you do so, the stronger the protection becomes. If the world feels unstable around you, if chaos seems to rise louder every day, know that this is part of the collective awakening. Humanity is being purified through discomfort. The systems that no longer serve truth are crumbling and souls like yours are being positioned to rebuild what's coming next. Michael says, do not fear the fall of the old, for it makes way for the rise of the real. That's why your sensitivity has grown. You're not meant to escape this time, you're meant to illuminate it. And now, as you breathe in, feel the air around you vibrate slightly, as if unseen wings have brushed past. That's him, drawing closer, reminding you that you are never separated from his presence. Every light flicker, every gentle wind that moves without cause, every shiver that feels strangely peaceful, that's the Archangel's reassurance that you are still aligned, still protected, still on path. You've walked through confusion, you face fear. You've heard the warnings and answered the call. And now you stand with the sword of light in your hands, glowing not as a symbol of war, but of awareness. The spirit you feel is real. The power you sense is divine. And the mission you've been given is sacred. Share your light, my beloved child. Speak it, live it, radiate it. Because the world is listening for the sound of your awakening. Stay till the end, for the revelation that follows will unveil the purpose behind every warning you've ever received. My beloved child, now that the sword of light has been placed in your hands, the air around you begins to hum with a rhythm that words cannot contain. This is the vibration of creation itself, the living pulse of divine truth that connects heaven and earth. You may have noticed it already, that faint ringing in your ears, that distant sound of wind when the room is still. That is not your imagination. It is the song of the unseen. It is Archangel Michael calling you to listen, not with your ears, but with your soul. The more you attune to it, the clearer the guidance becomes. And in that guidance lies the revelation you've been waiting for. There is a sacred frequency that moves between worlds, a tone that carries messages from the divine realm to human hearts. Every living thing resonates with it, yet few are aware. The animals feel it in instinct, the trees feel it in their roots, and you, my beloved child, feel it in your heart. It's the reason your chest tightens before something happens, the reason your tears fall for no visible cause, the reason silence sometimes feels alive. This frequency is Michael's voice translated into vibration. When he wishes to warn or protect, he sends energy, not sound. Your soul decodes that energy into emotion. And that is why the truth often arrives as a feeling rather than a word. You are being asked now to trust those feelings more deeply than ever. The mind may doubt, but the soul never lies. If you sense a heaviness before entering a space, pause. If your spirit feels resistance to a decision that seems logical, listen. You are being guided by a wisdom older than time. Michael stands behind those instincts, ensuring you do not wander off the path carved for your destiny. His protection often feels like hesitation, but it is divine timing in disguise. Every delay is a doorway closing to protect you from harm. Every silence is the universe holding its breath until your moment arrives. The Archangel reminds you that hearing is more than sound. It is perception. When you quiet your outer world, the inner one begins to sing. In moments of stillness, you may begin to notice patterns in ordinary noises, the ticking of a clock aligning with your heartbeat, the hum of an appliance matching your breath. Do not dismiss it. Michael uses the physical world as his orchestra, weaving messages through vibrations that only the awake can feel. When you feel that synchrony, pause and breathe, it means you are in full alignment with divine flow. But this alignment comes with responsibility. Once you can hear the frequency of truth, you can also sense the vibration of deception. Lies will feel heavy. Environments filled with envy or fear will make your stomach tighten. You may no longer be able to tolerate what once felt normal. That is because your spirit can no longer vibrate at lower frequencies. You are evolving beyond survival into sacred awareness. This can be lonely at times, but Michael says solitude is not isolation, it is refinement. In the quiet, you are being tuned to the sound of your higher self. You may notice your dreams growing louder, not in noise but in clarity. You may wake with words echoing in your mind or melodies that seem to come from nowhere. Write them down. These are not random fragments of imagination, they are transmissions. The divine realm is communicating through the universal language of vibration. Even music that moves you deeply carries hidden codes meant for your soul's remembrance. That song that suddenly makes you cry, it's not nostalgia, it's awakening. Michael uses emotion as a bridge because emotion bypasses logic and speaks directly to spirit. He wants you to know that every warning you've received, every chill that brushed your skin, every whisper that echoed in the silence was part of this tuning process. The divine was preparing your awareness to hear beyond sound, to sense beyond sight. Now that you have reached this stage, your energy field is expanding rapidly. You might feel tingling in your hands, warmth in your back, or pressure near your forehead. That is the Archangel adjusting your frequency so you can handle higher vibrations without fatigue or confusion. It's as if your soul is learning a new language, one built from light and resonance instead of words and logic. Remember, my beloved child, the warning that once filled you with unease was never meant to frighten, it was to prepare you for perception. Because to hear the truth of the unseen world, you must be unshaken by its power. You are being entrusted with awareness that not everyone can handle. The more you align with divine sound, the more clearly you will recognize when something around you is out of tune. Energy that is false or harmful will no longer hide behind charm or beauty. You will feel the discord immediately. That's not judgment, it's discernment. It's the Archangel's gift working through your senses. And when you begin to trust that gift, your reality will shift. You'll find yourself in the right place at the right time more often. You'll avoid conflicts before they start. You'll attract people who speak truth, whose energy feels peaceful, whose words carry the same resonance you've learned to recognize. That is what divine harmony feels like, a world reshaping itself to match your inner frequency. You are no longer reacting to life, you are co-creating it through vibration. The moment you feel overwhelmed, remember to call upon Michael's name. Speak it softly or think it with conviction. The atmosphere around you will change almost instantly. The energy will stabilize, the tension will fade, and you'll sense a familiar calm, like the hush that falls after thunder. That's his reassurance. That's his presence. That's his sound moving through your reality, restoring order to chaos. And now, before this chapter closes, take a deep breath and let the silence around you expand. Notice the faint vibration in the air, the one that feels alive. That is the Archangel's psalm, and you are finally hearing it clearly. The spirit you feel is real, the guidance you sensed is truth, and the warning was never about fear, it was about remembering your connection to all that is unseen. Stay till the end, my beloved child, because the next revelation will unveil the reason you were chosen to hear what others cannot. Something greater than sound itself is waiting for you. My beloved child, you have walked through shadow, faced the unseen, and heard the sound that moves between worlds. And now, Archangel Michael stands before you not as a distant protector, but as a reflection of your own divine essence. You see, what you've been sensing all along was never separate from you. The spirit you felt, the presence that stirred the air around you, it was both him and the awakened part of you that mirrors his light. This is the great revelation. What you once thought of as guidance from above is also the remembrance of the power that lives within. The warning was not only to keep you safe, it was to awaken the sleeping warrior inside you. In this moment, the veil between heaven and self dissolves. You may feel it now, that vibration in your chest that seems to beat with two hearts instead of one. It is the merging of your human and divine frequencies, aligning in harmony. The Archangel is not descending from above, he is rising from within, meeting you halfway in the space of your awareness. You are both the receiver and the source of light. Every time you called for protection, he was answering through your own intuition. Every time you felt the urge to pause, to turn away, or to wait, it was your higher self echoing his wisdom. What you feel as divine interference is the sound of your own spirit remembering who it truly is. But this realization comes with weight. To know that the divine is within you means to take responsibility for what you create. Thoughts are no longer idle, they are seeds that shape your future. Words are no longer casual, they are spells that weave energy into form. Michael wants you to understand this power deeply. You have asked for signs, for proof that you are not alone, and heaven has shown you through vibration, emotion, and revelation. Now, the Archangel asks something greater: to become the sign yourself, to live as proof of the divine, to walk the earth as an embodiment of faith so unshakable that your very presence reminds others of heaven's reality. He tells you to look around, to truly look. The people crossing your path now are not random, they are mirrors. Some reflect your healed light, others reflect your lingering wounds. The ones who comfort you show you how far you've come. The ones who challenge you reveal the final pieces of pain you still carry. Every interaction is sacred. When anger rises, it is a mirror asking to be cleansed. When love appears, it is a mirror confirming your growth. Nothing is meaningless, nothing is wasted. The Archangel wants you to bless both the storm and the calm, for they are partners in your awakening. As you stand in this awareness, the physical world may begin to change in subtle ways. Colors might seem more vibrant, air more alive, moments more connected. You might sense time bending, conversation syncing perfectly with your thoughts, strangers speaking words that feel like answers to unspoken prayers. These are signs that you have crossed into alignment with divine flow. You are no longer chasing signs, they are orbiting around you. You've become a magnet for synchronicity, a living note of light through which the universe speaks. This is the frequency of mastery, and you are standing inside it. Michael whispers, "Do not doubt what you've become." Doubt is the final illusion that tries to steal your power. It will come softly, disguised as reason, whispering, "Maybe this isn't real. Maybe it's just coincidence." What you know better. You've seen the pattern too clearly, felt the presence too vividly. You have witnessed the universe orchestrate moments so precise they could only be divine. Trust that memory. When the mind wavers, return to the feeling in your chest, the warmth, the hum, the invisible wings that seem to wrap around your heart. That is truth. That is Michael. That is you. Now that you have become aware of your connection, the Archangel invites you to use it. Speak light into the world intentionally. Before you leave your home, close your eyes and envision his blue flame expanding from your heart, surrounding you, then moving outward to bless every soul you meet. This act does not drain you, it multiplies your light. When you speak kindness, when you comfort another, when you forgive where others would condemn, you are wielding divine energy in its purest form. That is what it means to hold the mirror of revelation. You reflect heaven wherever you go. And yet, even in this awakened state, Michael reminds you that humility is your crown. The higher you rise, the softer your heart must become. The true warrior of light does not seek praise, they seek peace. They do not need to prove their power, they simply live it. When people misunderstand, you bless them. When others mock what they can't comprehend, smile with compassion. Your disbelief cannot dim your light. For it shines from truth, not validation. Archangel Michael walks beside those who choose integrity over approval, faith over certainty, and love over fear. You may begin to notice a new stillness surrounding you. The frantic noise that once filled your mind quiets. The chaos that used to overwhelm you now feels distant, almost unreal. That is not apathy, it's alignment. You are no longer resonating with fear-based energy. You are existing in the space between worlds where divine will and human experience meet in perfect balance. It's here that miracles begin to unfold naturally. You won't need to chase them, they'll arrive through the rhythm of your vibration. And now, my beloved child, take a moment to gaze inward. Close your eyes and imagine a mirror suspended before your heart. In that reflection, you will not see your physical form. You will see light, blinding beautiful, infinite light. That is your true self. That is the energy Archangel Michael has been trying to awaken in you from the beginning. The warning that first shook your soul was the sound of that mirror cracking open, preparing to reveal the divine image you now behold. What you once feared was the first whisper of truth saying, "You are more than you believe." Hold that vision. Feel it expand, let the energy rise until it fills your entire being. You are the mirror. You are the message, you are the proof that heaven speaks through human hearts. The spirit you felt was real because it was never outside of you. It was always waiting to be recognized. Something even greater is approaching, my beloved child. Stay till the end because the next revelation will not only transform your understanding of light, it will reveal the purpose behind your entire journey. My beloved child, the moment has come. You have traveled through every layer of mystery, through fear, through light, through shadow, through revelation. And now, at last, you stand before the truth that Archangel Michael has been guiding you toward from the very beginning. The spirit you felt was real, and the warning you sensed was not meant to frighten you, but to prepare you for this. The unveiling of your divine purpose. Everything you've endured, every whisper in the dark, every flicker of unseen presence, it was all a map leading here. This is the moment the piece is aligned, when you finally see why heaven has been calling your name. The energy that stirs around you now is not a visitation. It is a coronation. You are being crowned in awareness, recognized by the unseen realm as one who has remembered their light. The trembling in your heart, that pressure behind your eyes, that breath that feels deeper than air, these are the physical sensations of awakening. Michael's wings are no longer wrapping around you. They are unfolding through you. You have become what he has always been trying to show you. A living bridge between the divine and the human. He whispers now, not in the language of words, but in the rhythm of your heartbeat. You were never alone. You were never ordinary, you are part of the architecture of light that holds this world together. The warning, the sensations, the chills that ran through your spine, they were not random. They were signals from your higher purpose, calling you to remember your part in this celestial design. You came here not merely to survive, but to waken others through your presence, through your compassion, through the resonance of your spirit. Every person who crosses your path will now be touched by this light. Some will feel peace when you speak. Others will feel tears rise for reasons they cannot explain. That is because you are carrying the frequency of Michael's truth within you. You've become a conduit of divine reassurance, a reminder to the weary that protection and love are real. The energy that once made you doubt your sanity will now be the same energy that heals others. What once frightened you will now serve through you. That is transformation in its purest form. The shadow turned to purpose. You may notice that the world itself feels different. The colors, the sounds, even the silence, it all hums with meaning. You are no longer walking through the same reality you once knew. You are walking through a living conversation between heaven and earth. And you are part of that dialogue. When you pray now, the air will answer. When you ask for guidance, the universe will move. You have earned this communication through trust, through surrender, through persistence in the face of uncertainty. And the Archangel stands beside you, radiant and still, his sword now an extension of your own truth. Look back for a moment, my beloved child. Every time you thought you were breaking, you were being refined. Every night you cried out for a sign, Michael was already there, weaving strength through your spirit. Every warning that startled you was a doorway to deeper wisdom. The dark rooms you once feared were training grounds for your light. You were never being tested for punishment. You were being prepared for purpose. Heaven sharpens its messengers through experience, and now you are one of them. There will still be storms. There will still be nights that feel long. But the difference now is that you will no longer mistake the storm for the end. You will recognize it as the wind that carries change. You will stand calmly where others tremble, not because you are untouched by fear, but because you know who walks beside you. Michael's presence will no longer be something you call for. It will be something you live from. His essence flows in every breath you take, every thought aligned with love, every act born from faith. And he says this to you now, tell them. Tell the world what you've seen, what you've felt, what you've learned. Tell them that the divine is real, that the unseen watches with compassion, that the warnings we feel are not curses but invitations to awaken. Speak your truth with courage, for your voice carries light. Share what you've witnessed, not to boast but to bless. Every word of truth that passes through you becomes a spark that ignites awareness in someone else. You are part of a chain of awakening souls, each one lighting the way for the next. That is your mission, to be light in motion, love in action, presence in every moment. Now, my beloved child, close your eyes and breathe deeply. Feel the air entering your lungs like liquid gold. With every inhale, you draw in divine intelligence. With every exhale, you release what no longer belongs to you. Around you, the world glows softly. It feels familiar and yet entirely new. This is what it means to live awake. This is what it means to be one with the divine presence you once felt as something separate. The spirit you feel is real, it always was. It is the pulse of the universe moving through you, the echo of eternity reminding you of your origin. You are both the message and the messenger, both the student and the proof. Michael's warning has served its purpose. It awakened your vision, anchored your courage, and revealed the truth that you and the Archangel were never two but one reflection of divine love. And as you step forward from here, know this, your journey is not ending, it is expanding. Every dawn will now speak to you, every breeze will carry a message. Every silence will hum with guidance. You are forever connected to the realm that once seemed distant. You are the bridge between heaven and earth, carrying the light of remembrance wherever you go. So rise now, my beloved child. Walk gently, shine boldly, love endlessly. The unseen walks with you. The divine breathes through you. The warning has turned to wisdom, and the presence you once questioned has become your truth. The spirit you feel is real because it has always been you.